Okay, everybody, this is video 2 of my Tuesday night video binge. I want to talk to you for about 5 minutes, I hope 5 minutes, about your presentations. Again, this is something I would have said in class today. I will say it to you this way so that we don't have to talk about it next week because we'll have a lot to talk about. The presentation assignments have been made. I encourage you to get in touch with me if you have any questions about what I was thinking about with the assignment title or perhaps references I can steer you to. Okay, so I have just a few slides. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I have 6 points on my slides: overview slides, some speaking advice, content problems, grading. And the on the blog are the assignments and also a rubric sheet, which I fill out for every presentation. You can take a look at that and see the things I'm looking for in grading the assignments. So look, our goals here are to give you all more experience in making presentations. You ought to leave a program like this after a couple years with experience and with confidence in making fairly straightforward, simple presentations in front of others. It helps your career. It becomes very important for some people in their careers. This also gives us a chance to increase the number of topics in class. There are a lot of topics we could cover in a class like this. I pick and choose each semester, although I do have a stock set of topics that I tend to stay with. But this just introduces more ideas into the class, and that's what I like to do. As a side note, it also breaks things up. We like to see some presentations, but I don't like to see too many, so we have about one a session beginning about week 5. You are expected to do well. You're all capable of doing clear, solid presentations with your partner. Be informative, be useful, be interesting. You can do that for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe more toward the 15-minute side. And without a great deal of work on your part, I think we can do all of those goals, and that's what we want to shoot for. So, a few words about slides. I'll go quickly here. Use a large type with your slide. Do not make your audience squint, as you can see here. Don't use small type. Don't use things that are difficult to see. And a lot of this advice I'm going to give you, you can find online in all sorts of YouTube videos, people talking about how to do good slides. These are just the things that I have seen from my students. I would favor less text on your slides. And once in a while, there's an exception to this, but lots of text. I don't think that's what slides are for. And if you're going to give us a lot of text, then you have to pause and let us read it, and not just slide right by on the material. Use a dark colored font and a light background, or vice versa. Okay. Do not produce something like this that's hard to read. Don't use subtle colors. Make it distinctive, especially because we keep the lights on in our class when the slides go up. No typos. Your audience will fixate on them. Run your spell check. Talking about the papers this week, I think everybody ran their spell check. Kudos to you. Normally I have lots of misspellings. I don't think I had one in the whole class. So, wow. Transitions between slides, clear, simple transitions are best. Avoid gimmicks. This is a serious presentation, and that's how I want you to treat it. Some speaking advice very quickly. Stand up straight, stand still, be cognizant of the gestures that you're using with your hands, be at least cognizant of that. Face your audience, don't turn and face the slides, okay? Let's avoid the ahs and ums, the hums, the haws, the you knows. Try to at least be conscious of that for the 15 minutes while you're presenting. That is worth remembering. Very, very smart people often undercut their presentations by poor presentations, lots of you knows, lots of etc. Please project your voice, speak clearly and slowly. As you've already figured out, sometimes I get going and I speak much too quickly and perhaps not clearly. Don't do as I say, do as I do. No, don't do as I say. Don't do whatever. Do as I say, not as I do. You know what I mean. Don't be too casual. I think I see some students who are too casual. That's not a good approach. Okay, smile. Smile when you sit up there. Yay, smile. Okay, speaking advice, refer to your notes if needed. Now don't read from your notes and do not write down everything that you want to say. However, I don't think it's at all a problem for you to say, one of the key points was and to refer to your notes and look at that. I don't have a problem with that at all. I do it myself and looking for my notes to make sure I cover all my material, things I want to do. So you don't have to memorize things. You can keep notes, but don't read from them word for word. And likewise, do not just read word for word from your slides. I don't think that's advisable. Perhaps rehearse a little bit with your colleague, or if you're going by yourself, have a friend record with you. So a few words about the content. A clear organization is key. Everything else, all the other problems stem from a lack of organization. So have a clear organization. Focus on your main points. You don't have much time. Make them clear. Give examples. And you do that with a few main points, the time will fly right by. So do not try to do too much in the 15 minutes that you have. And some of the problems I see: unorganized, unfocused presentations, people who haven't prepared. Now, this is not something that should be taking you 10 hours, but you and a colleague in a couple hours should put it together, and it should be that simple and straightforward. Please make your main points clear. Excuse me. Do not have too many slides. Be careful of that. Don't have too many examples. One, maybe two is probably enough if you're going to use examples. Be careful of long videos. I have in the past said to students, don't use videos at all. I barred videos from my class once. I'm less dictatorial now. You can use videos, but please be careful. I don't think there's anything cute about having just a cute video for the sake of a cute video. And I've had people put up videos, and I don't know what it is related to their topic. So be careful using videos. Make sure they are not unrelated. Make sure they are queued up. Set things up ahead of time. Now, all of us get caught by technology once in a while, but try to have it seamless. So come in early, try to set it up. But as I say here at the bottom, you might avoid videos. The classic speaking advice, classic public speaking advice for any of you who had a public speaking class: tell your audience what you're going to say it, then tell them what you said. Repetition helps. And this organization forces us to be clear. So a few of the points. Prezi, I'm sure some of you might like Prezi. I'm not terribly impressed with Prezi. I'm not going to be upset about it, but I'm not impressed. So this is not hard, but it is not a free grade. It is not a free A. It is not a free 100. I'm expecting about 15 minutes in length. Do not go too long. Okay. I do have to tell you, I've had students who have gone long, and they're very interesting, and they don't get penalized for that. So if somebody goes on for a half hour with a really good presentation and everybody's into it, fine. If people ask questions for 20 minutes after your presentation, fine. That's productive as far as I'm concerned. But I think shoot for 15 minutes, and if you're going over 15 minutes and you're boring and unorganized, it will hurt your grade. So the grading rubric there is on the blog. Okay. A few words about presentations. I hope it helps you a little bit. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but do your work, get your ducks in a row, and you'll all be fine. Okay, and that is it for that presentation. I'll be back for one more in just a minute. Thanks.